Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn Geography's fifth lesson, Precipitation. As the atmospheric conditions change, we see changes in the forms of condensation. On winter morning, we find dew. In areas located at higher altitude, snowfall occurs, while it rains in other places. Some places experience dense fog, while some experiences hailstones suddenly and face crop destruction. Now, precipitation. Water falls in the solid or liquid state from the clouds to the ground. Snow, hailstones, rainfall are the major forms of precipitations. Now, first one, snow. Now, when the temperature in the atmosphere falls below the freezing point, water vapor directly turns into snowflakes. This is called as a sublimation. Now here the vapor in the form of gas transforms into solid snow. Precipitation in the form of solid particles of snow is known as the snowfall. In high latitudinal and temperate regions, snowfall occurs at the mean sea level, while in tropical areas, snowfall occurs at places located higher than the snowline altitude. As snow is in the solid form, it does not flow like water. Layers of snow get deposited. When the snow accumulates on a large scale, then the transport and communication system of that area collapse. People living in those regions have to protect themselves from frostbite. When the snow melts, the region gets water. Now hail. When there is a lot of heat on the earth's surface, the upward air flow blows at a greater speed, and because of this upward flow the temperature of the air reduces and the condensation of the water vapor takes place. Dark clouds are formed because of the upward movement of air. These water droplets go to the higher altitude. Here, the solidification of these droplets occur and hailstones are formed. As hailstones are heavy, they fall towards the ground. But because of the frequent upward flow of air, they are repeatedly taken upwards. Here, a new layer of snow encapsulates the hail. This happens quite a few times, and hence the concentric layers are formed while the hail grows in size. These big heavy hailstones fall rapidly to the ground because of gravity. We call the precipitation of this type as hail showers. Because of hail, crops may get destroyed and loss of life and property may also occur. Hails occur in summers in India, Africa and in some parts of Southeast Asia. Hails do not occur in equatorial areas because of the heat in the atmosphere. Hails do not occur in cold zones because of lack of upward flow. Now, rainfall. We generally get water in the form of rainfall. The temperature of the air with water vapor reduces when it goes higher. Condensation of the vapor occurs. Clouds form when the condensed water droplets and dust particles accumulate. The water droplets increase in size. When they cannot float in the air anymore because of their weight, they come down as rainfall. Now, the types of rainfalls. First one, convectional rainfall. In equatorial areas where the surface gets heated because of the sun's heat and the air near it also gets heated. As it gets heated, it spreads and becomes lighter and moves upwards. The air cools down when it goes upward and the moisture holding capacity of the cold air is less. Consequently, condensation of the water vapor occurs and rainfall occurs. Mostly in equatorial areas, such type of rainfall occurs almost daily in the afternoon. Rainfall is accompanied by lightning and thunder. The Congo Basin of the Africa and the Amazon Basin in the South America experiences convectional rainfall. Such a rainfall occurs in a very limited area in the world. Orographic rainfall. Winds coming from lakes or seas are moisture laden. They are obstructed by the high mountain ranges coming in their way. They start going upwards along the slope of mountains. The temperature of these winds drop and condensation occurs and rainfall takes place. Thus, because of the obstruction of the mountains, this type of rainfall occurs. The windward side of the mountain gets more rain amount of vapor in the air, reduces after crossing the mountain, and the moisture holding capacity of the air increases. The leeward side of the mountain gets lesser rainfall, and hence this area is identified as the rain shadow area. Now the effect of monsoon rainfall is important when we think of Indian subcontinent. We have studied this in the previous standard. The rainfall occurring in India because of these winds is orographic type of rainfall. Now cyclonic rainfall. Cyclone is the specific air formation when the pressure at an area is less than the surrounding regions. This is called as a cyclone. Air from the surrounding region comes towards the center of the cyclone and starts moving upward. And as it rises, the temperature of the air reduces, condensation occurs, and rainfall takes place. It rains in areas over which the cyclone passes. Cyclonic rainfall occurs more in temperate zone, and cyclone's area is also quite extensive. Comparatively, cyclonic rainfall occurring in tropical regions is limited in extent, and it is a stormy in nature. Now, as the rain gauge. The instrument that is used to measure rainfall is called as a rain gauge. The funnel that is used in the rain gauge has a specific diameter. The rain falling in this funnel is collected in a bottle fitted in the gauge. The collected water is then measured with the help of measuring jar. In areas of heavy rainfall, the reading of the rain is taken every 3 hours and the measuring jar reads in millimeters. The gauge is kept in open ground on 30 cm high flat mount. Hence, the rainwater is collected without any obstruction. Now, fog, dew, and frost. When the condensation of solidification of the water vapor in the atmosphere occurs near the Earth's surface, then we can see fog, dew, or the frost. The temperature of the layers of the air near the surface of the Earth reduces. As temperature reduces, water vapor condenses. In this process, vapor turns into microscopic water particles and float in the air. When the density of these droplets in the air increases, fog occurs. Now, dew. The moisture-laden air near the Earth's surface comes into contact with very cold objects. Condensation of the vapor takes place. They turn into very small water droplets. These water droplets stick to the surface of the cold objects. This is called as a dew. If the temperature of the air is less than 0 degree Celsius, the water droplets stuck to the surface of the cold objects freeze. This frozen water droplet is called as a frost. Dew and frost occur on a large scale in winters. Now, the effects of the precipitation. The main source of potable water available on the earth is precipitation. As excessive rainfall is destructive, so is the absence of rain. Floods may occur because of the heavy rainfall, causing loss of life and property. If the precipitation does not take place, then conditions of drought arise. There is a shortfall of food, and food may have to be imported. Farmers' condition become grave. The country's economy gets affected. Now, mostly that the India is dependent on agriculture. Agriculture in India to a large extent is dependent on a monsoon. Hence, the rainfall in India is important to the whole country. A good rainfall at right time increase crop production, while untimely rain can cause damage to the crops. The rainfall in India is quite erratic. Visibility reduces because of highly dense fog. It affects the means of transportation like roads, railways, waterways, and the airways. Accidents may take place in such conditions. Trains, flights, and other transport services may have to be cancelled. Frost is harmful to crop and causes accident. It spared on the road. Fog and dew damage some crops by spreading diseases, while it may be beneficial to some crops. Now last, acid rain. Because of the air pollution in industrial areas, various gases get mixed in the air. Different acids are created when the water vapor in the air reacts chemically with these gases, such as nitric acid, sulfuric acid, etc. Precipitation of the water with dissolved acid reach the ground, and such rainfall is called as a acid rain. These rain are harmful to living organisms as well as the non-living objects. In this way, we completed this lesson as a precipitation and the forms of precipitations.